Hello friends, this is one more video tutorial in Codeigniter. In this video we have make discussion on how to make pagination in Codeigniter by using Codeigniter pagination library with Ajax, JQuery and Bootstrap. In this video tutorial we will use Ajax, JQuery and Bootstrap with Codeigniter pagination library to create simple pagination which load next page data without refreshing of web page. Implementation of Codeigniter pagination with Ajax JQuery is very difficult, but we will simplify it. Now let's start learning this topic. This is our testing database, and in this we have one table countries with table column like id, sort name, country name and phone code. In this table we have already inserted whole world country data. So we will use this table data to implement Codeigniter pagination with Ajax JQuery. First we have make database connection with our Codeigniter application. So we have config folder, and in this we have go to database.php file. In this file we have inserted value of host name set to localhost, username set to root, password set to blank and database name set to testing. This way we have make database connection. After making database connection, now have defined base URL for this Codeigniter application. So we have go to config folder, and in this folder we have open config.php file, and in this file we have defined this base URL for this application. After defining base URL of this application, first we have create one controller with name Ajax pagination in our controller folder, and in this controller we have make one index function. So when we have called this controller, this index function will be called. Under this function index function we want to load views file on which we want to display pagination. So we have write $this with loader class library object load with view method. Under this method we have write Ajax pagination, which is a view file which we want to load when this controller has been called. Now we have go views, and in which we have already created Ajax pagination view file. Under this file we have include JavaScript JQuery library and Bootstrap framework. We will use functionality of both the library into this page for making pagination. On this page first we have defined one division tag with attribute it is equal to pagination link. Under this tag we will display pagination page link number. Below this tag we have defined another division tag with attribute class is equal to table responsive and it is equal to country table. Under this tag we will display country data in table format. Now we have moved to write JQuery code. So in this first we have defined one function load country data with page argument. This function will fetch particular page country data with pagination link which we will display on above tag. Under this function we have defined Ajax request, and in this request first we have write URL option, and in this we have write echo statement with base URL function which return base URL which we have defined in config folder config file. Then after we have write controller name Ajax pagination /pagination function /page argument. We have send requested to this link. In second option we have write method. In this option we can define which method we have used for sending data to server. Here we have used get method for send form data to server. In this option we have write data type. This option define in which format you want to receive data from server. We have used JSON format in which we want to receive data from server. Lastly, in Ajax request we have write success callback function. This function has been called if request successfully completed, and this function will receive data from server. This function received country data in table format and pagination link data from server. So first we have write $with division tag id country table with HTML method, and under this method we have write data.country table. This code will display country data in table format in this division tag, and here country table is a JSON array. Then after we have write $with division tag id pagination link with HTML method, and under this method we have write data.pagination link. This will display pagination link under this division tag. Now we have moved to Ajax pagination controller, and under this we have write one function pagination. This function name has been we have defined under Ajax request. This function will fetch data from table and make pagination link also by using Codeigniter pagination library. Under this function first we have write $this with loader class library object load with model method, and under this method we have write model name Ajax pagination model. This method will load this model under this function. We will create this model later. After this we want to load pagination library under this function, so we have write $this with loader class object load with library method. Under this method we have write pagination. It will load pagination library under this function. Now we have write $1 config variable is equal array. In this variable we will define configuration for pagination library. In pagination library first we want to define base URL, so we have write $config base URL variable is equal to hashtag. This is the full URL to the controller class or function containing your pagination. Second we want to define total rows, which is number that represents total rows in the results set you are creating pagination for. So here we have write $config total rows variable is equal to this with Ajax pagination model with count all function. Here we have get number from Ajax pagination model count all function. So first we have go models folder in which we have already created Ajax pagination model, so in this we have defined one function count all. This function will return number of rows from countries table. Under this function we have write $query variable is equal to $this with database class object db with get method with table name countries. This method will select query and return results stored into $query variable. Below this we have write return statement with $query variable with numRows function. This function will return number of rows from query result. This way we have get the total rows from pagination. So we have moved to Ajax pagination controller. Here we have again write $config per page variable is equal to 10. This is the number of items you intend to show per page. Here we have set 10 records must display per page. After this we have write $config segment variable is equal to 3. Pagination library will get the page number from the URI segment. Here it will get page number from third URI segment. Now we have write $config use page numbers property is equal to true. In pagination library by default the URI segment will use the starting index for the items you are paginating. If you want to show actual page number then you have set to true. After this we have write $config full tag open variable is equal to open and order list tag with attribute class is equal to pagination. This class is Bootstrap framework. We have used Bootstrap framework for make pagination link. This is opening tag placed on the left side of the entire result. After defining full tag open, now we have write $config with full tag close variable is equal to close unorder list. This is the closing tag placed on the right side of the entire result. Then after we have write $config first tag open variable is equal to open list tag. This is the opening tag for the first link. For close first link we have write $config first tag close variable is equal to close list tag. This is the closing tag for the first link. For define property of last link, so we have write $config last tag open variable is equal to open list tag. This is the opening tag for the last link. Same way for close tag of last link we have write $config last tag close variable is equal to close list tag. This is the closing tag for the last link. For define property of next page link, we have write $config next link variable is equal to greater than sign. This text will display on next page link. For define property of next page open tag, so we have write $config next tag open variable is equal to open list tag. This is the opening tag of next page link. Same way for close tag of next page link, we have write $config next tag close variable is equal to closed list tag. This is the close tag for the next page link. For define property of previous page link, so we have write $config previous link variable is equal to less than sign. This symbol will be displayed on previous page link. For define property of previous page open tag, so we have write $config previous tag open variable is equal to open list tag. This is the opening tag of previous page link. Same way for close tag of previous page link, we have write $config previous tag close variable is equal to closed list tag. This is the close tag for the previous page link. For define property of current active page link, so we have write $config current tag open variable is equal to open list tag with attribute class is equal to active with anchor tag with href is equal to hashtag. This is the opening tag for the current link. Same way for close tag of current page link, so we have write $config current tag close variable is equal to close anchor tag with close list tag. This is the close tag for the current page link. Now we have write $config number tag open variable is equal to open list tag. This is the opening tag for the digit link. This is because here we have used page numbers into pagination link. Same way for close tag for number link, so we have write $config number tag close variable is equal to close list tag. This is the closing tag for the digit link. Lastly, in pagination configuration we have write $config number links variable is equal to 1. This property will control the number of links you want to display under pagination link, so if there is large number of data then at that time also it will display only 3 pagination link on web page. By defining this property set to 1, that means it will display 1 link before and 1 link after selected page. So we have defined all possible configuration for pagination. Now we want to initialize pagination library. So we have write $this with pagination class object pagination with initialize with $config variable. This method will initialize pagination class with predefined options. Then after we have write $1 page variable is equal to $this with query with segment method with 3. This will get the page number from URL which we have sent from Ajax request to this function and it will store page number into this $page variable. After getting page number, now we want to get the number of start selecting data from table and query, so we have write $start variable is equal to $page minus 1 into $config per page variable. This code will get the number of start selecting of data. For example, suppose value of page is 1, that means this code will return 0 because 1 minus 1 into 10 which we have defined under $config per page variable. Now we have write $output variable is equal to array and under this we have write pagination link as key with value is equal to this with pagination class with create links method. This methods return a pagination bar containing the generated links which we have stored under this pagination link key. Same we have write second key country table with value is equal to this with Ajax pagination model with fetch details method with 2 argument like $config per page variable and $start variable. This function we will define under Ajax pagination model which return country data and table format for particular page. First we have go to Ajax pagination model, and under this model we have defined fetch details function with two argument like $limit and $start variable. This function will return country data of particular page in table format. Under this function we have first defined $output variable is equal to blank value. In this variable we will store country data in HTML table format. Then after we have write $this with database class object db with select method, and under this method we have start sign. This method will select all column of the table. After this we have write $this with database class object db with from method, and under this method we have write countries table. This method define table name in while making of query. For define order by table column, we have write $this with database class object db with order by method, and under this method we have write table column with ascending order. And for define selection of table records, we have write $this with database class object db with limit method, and under this method we have write $limit variable and $start variable. This we have defined structure of select query and Codeigniter. Now we have write $query variable is equal to $this with database class object db with get method. This method will make select query and execute query and store result into $query variable. After this we have write $output variable, and in this variable we have append HTML table with two table column like country id and country name. Then after we have write for each loop with condition like $query variable with result method is $row variable. Under this loop we have write $output variable, and in this variable we have append code like open and close table row tag. In between this tag we have write open and close table data tag. In between this tag we have write $row id object, and in second table data tag we have write $row name object. After storing data into table, now we want to close table, so we have write $output variable, and in this variable we have append close table variable. Now we want to send output of this function, so we have write return statement with $output variable. Now we have moved to Ajax pagination controller, and here after getting countries data in table format, now we want send to Ajax request in JSON format, so we have write echo statement with JSON encode function with $output variable. This function will convert data into JSON string and send to Ajax request. So our code is ready. Now we have move Ajax pagination view file, and here we have make this load country data function, so we have called this function with argument 1. This function will fetch country data and pagination link and display on web page. So we have check output in browser. Friends, you can see that countries data in table format, and above table we can see the pagination link. But when we have click on other page link, then table data has been not changed, so we want to write JQuery code for change table data. Here you can see an inspect element of all pagination link, here one data pagination page variable in which we can see the page number. This is under pagination class with list tag and anchor tag. So in JQuery code we have write $with document as selector with on method, and under this method we have write click event with pagination class with list tag with anchor tag and one event function. So when we have click on pagination link, then this code has been executed. Under this we have write event.prevent default method. This method will stop to redirect page to other page. Then after we have write variable page is equal to $this with data method, and under this method we have write pagination page variable. This method will fetch page number from this data variable and store into page variable. After getting page number, now we have called this load country data function with page argument, so this function will fetch country data according to value of this page variable and display one country table and pagination link on web page. Now we have saved this code and check output in browser. Friends, you can see that when have been loaded, then first 10 country data has been displayed on web page in table format, and above table we can see pagination link. Now when we have click on second page link, then it display next 10 country data in table format without refreshing of page. So that means our code is working on how to make pagination in Codeigniter with Ajax, JQuery, Bootstrap. This code has been fetched data from country table according predefined configuration for pagination library. Here we can see the pagination link which we have defined in configuration. In pagination link you can see first page, last page link, previous and next page link also, which we have defined in pagination configuration. This video tutorial will make Ajax Codeigniter pagination simple for you. If you have any query regarding this video tutorial, please comment your query in comment box. If you like this video tutorial, please share this video with your friends, or even you can also share on social media also. If you want to get more update regarding our video tutorial, please subscribe our YouTube channel.